All right, guys. So this evening, I want to let those people who have low GPA or people who has ND as certification or HND. Maybe they are thinking that this thing is not for them, especially the ND holders, or maybe people with third class, or maybe people with very low GPA, second class, lower. They think this traveling abroad for them is not really possible. It's very possible, bro. It's very possible, sis. It's very possible, sis. So I'm here for you. I'm here to let you know that everything is possible. All right, but before I dive into that, I just want to give you guys some things that I omitted. So now you graduated from college. You are done with school. Now let me tell you, these are the main step to hit this thing, to strike it. Like I forgot about these things. Now the first thing is you have your phone, you have your data, you have internet, you have Wi-Fi. You browse, look for those countries that you know you are interested in, like you can work after study, that those countries that you know that are favorable to work after study, that are favorable to work in. Like that should be one of the cheat code I'm giving you. Like, don't just take any country. Like, look at those countries that you know that if I'm done with studies, I can work in them, and they are very favorable to hustle, because most of our main aim is to japa via studies. So if you are coming here, then you should know that, okay, this is this country, by God's grace, I'll be filed for H1B visa and I'll be employed or integrated into the society. Now, when you go to look for schools or you want to apply for admission, you have your money, like application fee, that is so dear to you. Except your parents are very rich, which is cool. But this application fee, maybe you must have kept application fee just for 2 schools, and you don't want to lose them. Like, you must catch one, either one enter or one you understand. So that's it. But right now, when you approach these schools, I want you to be real to yourself. This is what I tell some of my friends who can listen to me and know what I'm talking about. Just be real to yourself in order not to lose your money or to lose your shot. Firstly, know your GPA. You know the GPA that you have. I know the GPA requirement of the school that you're about to apply to, that they're asking for. You have to consider that one. You have to consider it. It's very, very important. Right. Now, if you want to know that, okay, this school, I might likely have a shot based on the requirement and based on the requirement that I have, you look at that school acceptance rate. Some schools have 20% acceptance rate. My brother, even if you be first class, if you are first class, no near over first class, your chances are slim. They are very slim. Now, if you see a school with 20% acceptance rate and you have a second class lower GPA, second class upper GPA, bro, sis, I'll tell you to just avoid it first. Except you have a kind of grades that I don't know where it comes from, but to me, I'll tell you to just avoid it first. Like, go to those ones that have very high acceptance rate. So these are the cheat code I'm giving you. So look at the acceptance rate of those schools that you are applying to. They are very, very important and essential. That is what I look at. I know that, this one, it not go bad as a reach as my GPA day, or maybe based on my requirement, what I meet. The English proficiency requirement, I studied in an English speaking nation. Thereby, I won't be rejected. Those things, So if you see an acceptance rate of 85, 87, 90, 95, and you have a very good GPA, you meet most of the requirements, there's a high possibility that you will be accepted for admission. Although there are usually abnormalities, there are usually exceptions, anything in this world, there are usually exceptions. But if you see a school whereby it has a 95% acceptance rate, you have 80 something percent, 80 to 90%, there's a likelihood that with your good result that you have and you meeting the requirement, you might get a shot into that school. That one is very, very possible, but I can guarantee you that. So mine, that is what I was looking at. And let me tell you something, never you be discouraged if you apply for admission and they don't give you. Don't feel like, oh, you are a failure, oh, you are this. If you are a first class student out there, if you are a second class upper credit student out there, and you think you applied for admission before, I didn't give you, and you want to feel bad, no, I'm here for you, brother. Look, most successful people, or most people who have gotten what you are looking for, they will never tell you what they went through. They will always want to tell you the good side of it, but they will never tell you the bad side that made them have the good side when they tried again. Remember, when you are trying again, you are starting all over from experience. That happened with me. Look, the first university that I applied to, it wasn't Arizona State University. The university that I really had in mind, I really had in, like, each day I dreamt of that university, it was the University of Alberta in Canada. So I applied for that university. I met all their requirements, but there was a part that I knew that I started doubting myself that, oh, more, this thing, they might likely give me and they might likely not give me, because I was applying directly for a PhD admission and they were asking me for publication, if I have some publications. So I just put no, all those things, because I didn't publish. We didn't publish our paper that year, or my research that year, which we are still working on. So to cut the long story short, I was denied admission. I felt bad. I felt really bad. You know, I slept on the floor. It was cold, but to me it was hot because of the way my body was, you know, I felt really bad. But what happened? I didn't give up. All right? I didn't give up. Now, after I lost the one at University of Alberta, I had to apply to Arizona State University. This one took about 6 to 7 months for me to receive the admission decision. Now, while the Arizona State University own was still pending, I applied to University of McMaster in Canada because I really had a good eye for Canada. One battle Canadian universities, they will always require you to look for a supervisor before prior to you looking for admission into their school, like, which means even if you have a good GPA or a good student and you don't secure a supervisor prior to admission, there's about 90% chances that you won't be admitted, even if you have a good result. If you didn't contact a supervisor that, hey, I want to be your research student, I want to work, I like your research interest, what you do, it really interests me, and I want to be part of your group. So there's a high chance that you won't be admitted. Why am I saying that? It happened to me. So I was going there with all confidence that I have a good GPA, I have a good result. I finished the first class for my school as well, and the top 5%, and I was like very hopeful that this is me, I'm going to get into this thing. But I failed to secure a supervisor. Not that I didn't contact, I contacted them, but they were not replying to me. But I also learned from that method of contacting those supervisors that there's a particular caption in which you use to contact your supervisors so that they can be really attracted. Like, you know, your subject in your email matters, matters a lot for you to secure a supervisor. So to cut the long story short on that one too, I lost. They sent me a love letter first. No, in Nigeria, we call it love letter or breakfast. So yeah, this is how the love letter goes. Dear Agbo, you are this, that, you're qualified student, you met all of our requirements. However, once I entered, I knew that it was gone. There's nothing more to even think about it. But when that one came, I wasn't angry. but I was say angry because I just hate losing or failing something. Because by then I've already secured admission at Arizona State University, which is my dream country anyway. So I was just so happy. And so don't you think that I finished a first class degree? So they also turned me down in school that I applied for. Most of the people that are in the same position like me won't tell you this. They just want you to like always see them as always succeeding. But you know, your downside of life, or what I'm saying, I will encourage someone out there that, oh, if this person had the same issue and still came back, it's still possible for me to apply and have that again. So like I was saying, always look at the school acceptance rate. It's very, very, very important, so that you know that, okay, this, when you do all your scale of preference of schools that you want, look at the acceptance rate. The one that has high acceptance rate, fish them out from those lists of schools that you search for and apply for those ones, because you just want to hit it on the point. Boom, you just want to have this thing, right? So that is very, very important. We should also take note about that. Now, as an HND or ND student, you can still have admission. Especially people who ND degree. Like, for example, I used to quote this Michigan Technological University, because that's the university that I saw that they are very lenient to students. It's a very good university too, right? So with ND, you can come in as a transfer, like you can go in for as a transfer student, like what they call it, a top-up degree. So you can come in, you can do a top-up degree, which means it happens here in the UK, it happens in the UK and here in the US. So you top up your degree, which means like you try to complete it to a bachelor's degree level. Okay? So now, to top up degree, according to the information that when I emailed MTU, that's Michigan Technological University, when they told me is you come in as a transfer student. So they want to like transfer the credit that you have from your former uni to the one that you are going to right now. So from there, when they transfer those credits to those schools, then you will take those remaining courses to meet the degree credit requirement, in order for you to complete a bachelor's degree for that particular university that you want to apply for. So using an ND to secure admission is possible. So most of the times you have to do what they call WES evaluation. That's WES. It sounds, I think, something like World Educational Services or something. I don't know. So what WES do is they try to evaluate your transcript to see if the courses that you took meet US standards grade. Not all school does that. Some school don't do that, but some do it. So we have to take note of that. Right. So with an HND or ND, you can secure admission. It's very, very, very